name's Eric. I really appreciate you stopping by to check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to be doing a sous vide stuffed bacon and blue cheese burger. Boy, is that a mouthful. I have done stuffed burgers before. I got a little burger press probably around 6 months ago, and I've made a couple stuffed burgers. I only did one video of one, which was a pizza stuffed burger, which came out great. My son loved it, and so did myself and my wife. I'll leave a link below if you want to check that out. But this time I'm going to do something a little different. I got just over 2 pounds of ground beef. I got just over a pound of some hickory smoked bacon. I got some blue cheese, both the crumbles and some thin slices I'm going to actually be putting on top of the burger. I got a little bit of cream cheese I'm going to mix in with this blue cheese mixture, and I'm going to top it off with some sauteed onions and mushrooms. This is going to be really good and really easy. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how we're going to mix up the filling for these stuffed burgers. Now what I got here is 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. I took this out this morning and let it sit on the kitchen counter for a few hours to get nice and soft. Then we're going to add 4 ounces of blue cheese crumbles. This happens to be a 4-ounce packet, so it's perfect. Just going to pour that whole packet in. The cream cheese is going to help mellow it out a little bit because, you know, blue cheese by itself is pretty strong. So we want to kind of mellow it out with a little bit of cream cheese. It's also going to give us a little bit better consistency inside the burger. And then I got 4 ounces of bacon bits that I've fried up and kind of crumbled into smaller pieces. So that's it. Now I'm just going to take a spoon and try to mix this all together so it's nice and uniform and consistent, so we'll be ready to stuff the burger. So I'll continue to stir this, and we'll be back in a second when I show you how we actually make the burger patties. Be right back. So here we are. This is how you want the mixture to look like. Everything evenly blended. I'm going to go grab the ground beef, and we're going to make these burger patties right now. Alright, so here we are. I had a little over 2 pounds of beef. So I kind of made it into 8 balls. Now 4 of the balls I made a little bit larger. That's going to be the bottom one. And then I did 4 slightly smaller ones, which is going to be the top layer. That way I know each burger is going to be right around ½ a pound, okay? So you take your little burger press. Now if you don't have a burger press, you could do this the old-fashioned way. Just roll it out on the cutting board, put the cheese on, put the piece on top, and do it that way. I like this little press. You can get one on Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive. They're around $10 or less. I put a little Worcestershire sauce on the bottom just to kind of give it a little non-stick liquid because it can get a little sticky. So I take a piece of beef here, one of the bigger ones. We're going to stick it in there, and we're going to push it down a little bit, and then I'm going to push it to make an indentation like this. Really good, right in the center. Like so. There we go. Just kind of make sure it's nice and even. And then all we're going to do is we're going to spoon a little bit of this bacon blue cheese mixture into the center of the burger. Try to get it uniform if you can. I know it's easier said than done because this stuff is pretty sticky, pretty cheesy. Just like that. A little bit more. Yeah, definitely wear gloves. This is going to be a messy affair. Okay? And now we're going to take one of the smaller ones. And what I typically like to do is just lay it flat and kind of flatten it with my hands first. And then we're just going to lay it on top of the press here. Whoops. On the top. Kind of go around, spin it around. Try to seal it off, and then I'm just going to give it one little press, not real hard to have all the toppings squeeze out, but just enough to kind of get it all nice and pushed down. So just like that. And then what the neat thing about these burger presses, you can see, you just pop this off now. Look how nice and uniform this burger looks. Just like that. So I'm going to continue to make the rest of these. I'll be back in a second, show you what they look like when they're all done. So here you go. I got 4 perfectly sized stuffed bacon and blue cheese burgers. Now these are getting a little soft, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them very carefully in Ziploc freezer bags. I'm going to put, I think, well, I'm not sure if I can fit all 4 in a gallon. I'll see. I might have to do 2 in 2 separate bags. I just don't want to crowd them. You don't want to vacuum seal these because it's going to just deform the burger. So we're going to do the water displacement method when we put it in the sous vide bath. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these in the bag and I'm going to put them in the freezer for probably around a half hour just so they maintain their shape. So when I do put it in the sous vide, it doesn't all fall apart. So I just wanted you to take a look and see how they look like when they're done. You can see there is definitely advantage having the burger press because it makes it much more uniform, much more evenly shaped, and you know you have a perfect amount of filling in each one. So I highly recommend it. But if you don't have that, don't be discouraged. You can make it the old-fashioned way. Just, you know, put out a patty, put the stuffing in the center, and then, you know, mold it by hand. It certainly is possible. All right, it's been around a half hour. Just pulled these out of the freezer. The sous vide is beeping. It's ready to go. I have it set at 135. That's my temperature. It's a medium. It's still going to be pink in center, but not too bloody, not too rare. Adjust your temperature accordingly. But for me, 135 is perfect. So I did put 2 in the bag, as you can see here. And I did mention we're going to do the water displacement method. It just means you kind of squeeze the air out as best you can by hand. And then as you lower it into the water, you're going to squeeze out the rest of the air. Like so. Whoops. These are big burgers. Man. Okay, just like that. Just want to make sure they're completely submerged. Then seal it. I might have to put something in there light to hold it down. It looks like it's already starting to float. There we go. I did season the ground beef before I made those balls. I forgot to mention that. Little salt, little black pepper, little garlic powder. Put a couple dashes of the Worcestershire sauce in there. Kind of mixed it all by hand with the seasonings before I made those 8 balls to make the burgers with. Whoops. Alright guys, beer review time. A little bit different. Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer. The big selling point of this, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. So there we go. Now if you're regular followers of my YouTube channel, you know usually I try to do a beer review in every one of my food videos. But in the last few videos I haven't done a beer review because I've been on a diet. And so I've been watching my carb intake. I'm specifically on a keto/Atkins style of diet. High protein and fat, low carbs. I've had a lot of success with it. I've been on it now for around 3 weeks. I've lost around 12 pounds. And I got a little bit more to go. Actually a lot bit more to go. But you know what? I love beer so much and I'm past the initial induction phase, which is where you have to be very strict. So now as long as I keep my carb intake relatively low, you know, under 40 grams of carb, 30 grams of carb, I'm okay. I'm still burning fat. So 2.6 grams of carb, I can have a couple of these in the evening and still stay on my diet. So there it is, Michelob Ultra. I'm not really a big fan of Michelob. I don't drink it much. The only memory I have specifically about Michelob is in Vegas, a casino across the street from the Mirage called Casino Royale. They used to sell Michelob beers for $1 a piece, and they sold those for I think 15, 20 years, $1 a piece. And if you're walking down the strip, you go in there, give them a 5 spot, get 3 or 4 beers. You can walk down the street. I haven't been in Vegas in a while. I'm going to be going in around 6 weeks to meet some friends from college. I looked online that they still had the same deal. They said, unfortunately, the $1 Michelob deal ended late 2017. They still got a great deal, so now they're $2 a bottle. So $2 for a beer at a casino, I mean, you really can't beat it. So thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. The first thing you notice, it looks more like apple juice than beer, and it's got no head, so it looks like one of those ales, or not ales, one of those ciders, you know, apple or pear cider you would get. So it's very kind of flat, doesn't have a lot of flavor, has a slight beer flavor. It's low alcohol. I think it's 4.2% alcohol. So this really can't compete with the heavy hitters if you're really a beer drinker, but it is what it is. Its selling point is it's a light beer, it's refreshing, it's low calorie, it's low carb. So people like myself who are watching their carb intake, this is a great alternative. So I have to drink what I can drink. I did go on the site before I started this review. They have a couple flavors I didn't even know of that I'm going to try to find. One's called Lime Cactus. It's got the lime flavor to the beer. And then another one's called Amber, which is just like a more of a darker beer. It's kind of a light brown. So I'm hoping I'll be able to find that in the store. That might be a little bit more up my alley. It does have a little bit more carbs. I think it's close to 4 or 5 grams of carbs instead of 2.6. But you know what? I might be willing to have one beer if it's really good versus 2 of the really lights. So anyway, got it in here, 135. I got it set for 2 hours. You want to go at least an hour, but seeing that these are so big and so thick and stuffed, I'm going to go for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. So in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my Michelob Ultra, and I'll meet you guys back here shortly when we're ready to take these out and finish them off on the grill. Until then, thanks again, guys. Cheers. It just beeped. It's been 2 hours exactly, so let's get these out. Now this is kind of the crucial part here, getting this out. You just want to be able to make sure to keep those burgers intact. You don't want any of that inside that you stuff to come oozing out. So just take a little bit of care, and we're going to get these out. Be very gentle. Oh, look at these. Just be gentle. Alright, now you just want to take some paper towels and dry them off really good. That's it. I'm going to dry both sides, and I will meet you guys outside when we throw these on the grill. Alright, here they are dried off and ready for the grill. Meet you guys outside. Alright, I've had the grill going for probably around a half hour here. I've been cooking some mushrooms and onions. I cooked the onions down first, and now some mushrooms. They're just about ready. Oh man, they look wonderful. One last quick heat up right in the center here, and then I'm going to take these off. I don't want to cook them too much. Be back in a second when we throw those burgers on. Alright, burger time. I'm going to put them just directly over the coals. Like I said, we don't want to go crazy. We just want to heat them up, get a nice sear. Whew, that's hot. Whew. Yeah, nice hot sear. Perfect. Be back in a second. Alright guys, I just flipped them. They're literally going to be done within the next 45 seconds or so. Oh, they look good. Meet you guys inside. Alright, here we are ready to assemble. I put some Dijon mustard on the bottom and some blue cheese dressing on the top. I also topped off each burger with a little bit more crumpled blue cheese. I mean business when I say blue cheese. Okay. So, of course there's bacon too. So I'm going to put a couple slices of bacon on each one. Let's see, split another one. Perfect. I got this beautiful mushroom onion slaw. We'll put right here. I'm going to eat some of this on the side too, man. It's good. And then a couple leaves of lettuce on the bottom there. on the top, I should say. This is going to be interesting, getting this together. Alright, let's see here. Oops. Ooh, these are big, thick burgers. There we go. Let me get a knife and a closer angle and we'll slice into these and see how they look on the inside. Alright, here we go. Time to slice into this. Easier said than done for sure. Come on, knife. Oh, some of the bacon came out. Oh, I think most of it I had to squeeze it together. The bacon fell off, but we'll put that back in. Alright, moment of truth. Let's open this up and see inside. Whoops. Ooh! Look at that. Man, that looks good. Next, we better try it. Be back in a second. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, guys, I'm on the low-carb diet. I can't have the bun. Me and my wife are both on this diet together. So I just took one of the patties, cut it in half here, as you can see. We're going to put a little bit of grilled onions and mushrooms and some bacon slices, and we'll be back to try this. But boy, look at the inside. Man, it looks good. Be back in a second. Alright, here we are. I have my wife Monica. We're both on this diet, so we're just going to eat this right here. So just take a fork and break off a piece of that filling. That's what I want to try. Here we go. Did a mushroom. Let's try that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's got a different blue cheese taste in the center. That outside blue cheese is pretty strong, but...
Oh, how is that possible? It's the same blue cheese?
No, they're two different blue cheeses.
Okay, wow.
I put like this Amish blue cheese in the middle, and I had some Danish blue cheese on the top, so there's a little bit difference in the flavors, but I really like it.
That is very, very good.
What do you think? And I put some blue cheese on top, yeah, so...
Yeah.
Wow.
That's going to be a good dinner tonight.
And cooked sous vide, as always, the inside is perfectly red.
Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see it that far, but...
I love 135.
Looks good.
As always, guys, I really appreciate all your support. If you like the video, hit like. If you like my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the link up above. That's to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.